Hello friends, this is Nirmal here for Technique, and today we're going to review the Micromax Canvas Xpress 2. So this device was announced by Micromax last month, and this is a budget device with pretty impressive specs for a budget phone. It has a 5-inch HD display. It's powered by the Octa core processor from MediaTek. It has 1 GB RAM, 8 GB internal storage, and the surprising aspect of this device is that it has a 13 megapixel rear camera. That's first of its kind on a budget segment. It has dual LED flash, front facing 2 megapixel camera, and a 2500 milliamp hour battery. So all this comes for a price of around rupees 5999, and it's exclusively available on Flipkart. So that's the specialty of this device. So spec wise, it's a pretty competitive device in this price point, and it's the cheapest octa-core device with a 13 megapixel rear camera. Now let's go into the detailed aspects of this review. First up, let's see the design and build quality. So design wise, the Micromax Canvas Xpress 2 looks very similar to what we saw on the Canvas Spark, which is again a budget device. You can see the matte finish rear panel. There is this golden finishing all around the device, which gives a premium finish to the device. You can see the speaker unit is located at the bottom panel, and along with that you have the micro USB charging slot. The 3.5mm audio jack is on the top. The buttons have been given a black finish. So all in all, this looks like a pretty good device in terms of the build quality. The material finishing is also pretty good. You can see the Micromax logo is again in golden finish. We have the camera unit with a nice feel, and also dual LED flash. So all in all, we would say for this price range of Rs 6000, this is a pretty good device in terms of build quality, and it's pretty compact as well. It's pretty slim as well. Not the slimmest or the best looking device, but it definitely is a good looking device with good build quality as well. So that is the design and build quality. Now moving on to the display, this has a 5-inch HD display. It's a 720p display. Now most of the devices in the budget category also supports HD display. So in that aspect, this device has pretty good specs in the display aspect, and the display quality is again pretty good. It is 720p display, and the touch response is also pretty good. And the overall quality, the color quality also looks pretty good. The viewing angles are again pretty decent. Overall, the 720p display looks pretty good and also vibrant, and overall pretty good in this price point. Now there is also Corning Gorilla Glass 3 support on the display, so that's an additional protection for the display. So all in all, we would say for this price range, this display is pretty good. Now moving on to the software and performance. So this is one area the Canvas Xpress 2 disappoints. This runs the outdated Android 4.4 KitKat, so that's almost 2 generations behind. So but the company has promised Android 5.1 Lollipop update, but there is no mention of when that will be rolled out. So Micromax already has a lot of devices with Lollipop, so considering that, we are disappointed with the fact that this runs only 4.4 KitKat, and you can see the notification center is the odd looking the Android 4.4 KitKat notification center, and it's kind of really disappointing that this does not come with Lollipop. And you can see the UI is mostly stock and nothing much of a change. There are a couple of apps included, like the News Hunt, Hotstar, Housing, which are kind of unwanted, but Micromax, just like most of the other devices, have come up with some of the bloatwares installed, but you can uninstall them. So software wise, we are kind of disappointed with the lack of Lollipop update on this device. But overall, you can say the performance looks pretty decent for day-to-day usage. This device with 1 GB RAM looks pretty fast. No major issues. So the gaming performance of this device also was pretty good. Although it's not the best in this category, but considering that this is a budget device, it is definitely some decent gaming experience on this device, because it's HD display. The graphics look pretty decent, and also octa-core, true octa-core chipset with 1 GB RAM, providing a decent gaming experience on this device. So all in all, we would say the software was disappointing, but the performance is pretty decent for day-to-day task. This device does have the power to do most of the task, and even with multitasking, we didn't experience much of a lag or major issues. So all in all, it's a pretty decently performing device in this price point. We are expecting Micromax to ship the Lollipop update in a couple of months time, so we don't have any solid dates on that, so we expect it to come pretty soon. So that is the software and performance. Another big issue with this device is that it does not have the 4G support. a lot of devices in the budget category now have 4G support, including the Coolpad Edition 1, the Redmi 2, and also a lot of devices like the Euphoria have 4G LTE support. So in that aspect, this device does not come with 4G LTE, but 4G rollout is still happening. So if you are not really bothered about the 4G right now, this device does have a 3G support, so that should be good enough for an average user. Now talking about the camera, so that's one important aspect of this device. You can see there is a 13 megapixel rear camera with a dual LED flash. So these are first of its kind in the segment. Not too many phones have a 13 megapixel camera in the budget category, and it's also an octa-core processor with a front-facing 2 megapixel camera as well. Now talking about the interface, the interface is plain simple, not much of improvement with respect to the interface. You can see this is the same interface we saw on most of the Micromax phones, even over 1 year or so. So nothing's changed in that aspect. The important aspect about the interface is that this runs KitKat. That's the reason Micromax has shipped with the same interface which we found on devices which were released almost a year back. So there is no lollipop interface on this device. So the camera interface is not really that impressive, and also the performance of the camera interface speed wise is not that good. It takes some time to take captures, especially focusing and switching modes. Definitely does take some time. So that is the interface aspect. Now talking about the camera quality, you can see that there is good amount of details in the camera. It's a 13 megapixel sensor, and the color quality also looks pretty decent, but then the consistency of photos is lacking. The saturation and the contrast doesn't have a consistency in the photos, and at times it is oversaturated images. At times the saturation levels are pretty okay, so there is no consistency in the saturation levels. But overall we would say for a 6K device, this is pretty decent performance in the camera, and the quality of shots looks pretty decent. The low light ability is not that impressive, but then again you can't complain too much because it's a budget device. And also the 1080p recording was kind of disappointing because the 13 megapixel sensor does not have that good video recording abilities, even in the full HD video sample. So that is the camera aspect. So all in all, we would say it's a decent camera in this price point. May not be the best in this category, but still the 13 megapixel sensor with dual LED flash does provide some good shots all around. So that is the camera aspect. So apart from that, it also comes with a 2 megapixel front facing camera for casual selfies, although the quality is just average, not really the best, because a lot of devices in this budget category also have 5 megapixel camera. So in that aspect the camera performance is pretty decent. So that was the camera aspect. Now talking about the battery, this does have pretty good battery capacity. 2500 milliamp hour battery in the budget category is pretty impressive, and the battery performance looks pretty decent. We didn't have much of issues, and we could get at least 1 day of usage easily with this 2500 milliamp hour battery. And if you're a light user or average user, you might just get more than a day of usage with the 2500 milliamp hour battery. So that is the battery aspect. So all in all, now we are talking about the design aspect, the build, the display, the software performance, camera, and also the battery life. So all in all, we would say this is a good package for rupees 5999. It has good build quality. It's a pretty decently designed device. The display is pretty decent. The software also was disappointing. Micromax will be providing lollipop for this device. The performance again was pretty decent. The gaming was again pretty decent for this price point. The camera performance was pretty good in this category, and overall battery performance was also pretty good. So all in all, for rupees 5999, this phone does have good performance. Now is this the best device in this category? We can't really say that, because there is a Coolpad Edition with 2GB RAM and 16GB internal storage in the same price point. And also that also comes with 4G LTE support. So there are quite a few things missing on this device. One is the 4G LTE support, second is Android Lollipop update, and third is probably we could have expected 2GB RAM in this price point, because a lot of devices which are online only provides 2GB RAM. So all in all, if you're looking for a decently priced device, this is definitely a good buy with a 13 megapixel camera and the 2 octa-core processor. So that was the detailed review of the Micromax Canvas Xpress 2. It's priced 5999 and available exclusively on Flipkart. So you can check the description for the link to buy the Micromax Canvas Xpress 2. So that's all guys. So hope you like this video. Don't forget to hit the like button and also subscribe to your YouTube channel for more videos. Thanks for watching this video. Have a great day.